Igbo mythology and folklore. Mbe, na Ogbugba Amamihe, the tortoise and the calabash of wisdom. In the days when the world was still veiled in darkness, there lived Mbe, the tortoise, who proudly proclaimed himself the wisest of all creatures. Mbe boasted wherever he went, claiming that no other being could rival his brilliance. But this wisdom, he thought, was too precious to be shared. He feared that if others gained even a fraction of what he possessed, they would rise above him and he would lose his status as the wisest. One night, Mbe devised a cunning plan. He gathered every bit of his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, tied it into a parcel, and sealed it inside a large calabash. Satisfied with his work, he secured the calabash with a strong rope and tied it around his neck, so it dangled in front of him wherever he went. Now, Mbe thought, with all the world's wisdom hanging securely on my chest, no one else would ever have the chance to grow wiser. With the calabash bouncing against his chest, Mbe set off on a journey, proud of his accomplishment. However, as he crawled along the path, he encountered a large tree trunk that had fallen across the road. Mbe tried to climb over the trunk, but the calabash, hanging from his neck, kept getting in the way. Each time he tried to hoist himself over, the calabash would block his movement, preventing him from crossing. Frustrated, Mbe crawled up and down the length of the tree trunk, trying to figure out a way to get across. No matter how much he thought, no solution came to mind. The more he struggled, the more the calabash got in his way, but he refused to let go. After all, this was all the wisdom in the world. If he let it fall, others might get their hands on it. As Mbe paced back and forth, growing increasingly agitated, a yam farmer happened to pass by. The farmer stopped in his tracks, amused by the sight of the wise tortoise stumbling and pacing. "Tortoise, son of Aniga," the farmer shouted, laughing heartily. "You always claim to be the wisest of all God's creatures, but look at you now, struggling like a fool. What are you doing?" Mbe, embarrassed but too proud to admit defeat, huffed and puffed in response. The farmer chuckled and said, "Mbe, if you are truly as wise as you claim, why don't you shift the calabash to your back? That way, your front will be free to climb over the tree trunk." Mbe froze. His eyes widened in disbelief. The answer had been so simple, yet he hadn't thought of it. Swallowing his pride, Mbe quickly shifted the calabash to his back. With his front now free, he crawled over the tree trunk with ease. But instead of feeling triumphant, Mbe felt a deep sense of shame. He, who had claimed to hold all the wisdom in the world, had been outwitted by a humble farmer. Realizing his arrogance, Mbe shouted out for all the forest to hear, "Truly, there is no one whose wisdom is complete under the sun." From that day on, Mbe understood a universal truth, that no single creature could possess all the wisdom in the world. Even the lowliest of beings could teach the wisest a valuable lesson. He learned that it wasn't good to think of oneself as the ultimate authority, for wisdom was a gift scattered amongst all of creation, each with their own share. And so, the tortoise returned home, no longer boasting of his wisdom, but humbled by the understanding that true wisdom lies in knowing that no one knows everything. The lesson spread throughout the land, reminding all that even the simplest advice from the humblest of creatures could change the course of one's journey. In the animal kingdom, Mbe was still regarded as clever, but now with a new kind of respect, one rooted not in arrogance but in humility. And to this day, the calabash of wisdom remains open for all to share, because no one can carry it alone. The end. Some lessons to learn from this story. Number 1. No one has complete wisdom. The story teaches that no one person knows everything. Even the wise can learn from others, and its importance to remain humble and open to new ideas. Number 2. Pride leads to downfall. Tortoise's arrogance made him believe he could hoard all the wisdom for himself, but his pride blinded him to simple solutions. Being overly proud can prevent us from seeing the obvious. Number 3. Collaboration is key. Tortoise's problem was solved by the advice of a yam farmer. This shows that cooperation and listening to others can lead to better solutions than walking alone. Number 4. Don't underestimate others. The yam farmer, considered less wise than Tortoise, provided the key insight. This reminds us never to judge others' intelligence or wisdom based on appearances or titles. Number 5. Adaptability is important. The tortoise's initial failure to cross the tree trunk shows the importance of adapting to challenges. Flexibility in thought and action can lead to success. Number 6. Wisdom is everywhere. Wisdom comes from many sources, not just from who are considered wise. Anyone, regardless of status, can offer valuable insight. These lessons emphasize humility, openness, and the value of learning from others. What other lessons come to mind from this story? Let us know in the comment section below. Udo.